Hey y'all, I'm Kat
And I'm Grizz.
from Windmill Farm in North Mississippi. Now, if you saw our other video, we did a Newlywed style game using the Baker Creek free seed catalogs. I'm going to link that video below. If you would, run over there, throw a comment down saying that it's your favorite video, and you'll be entered in to win the big whole seed catalog. That we're giving away 2 of them with that video.
Y'all go vote.
You got to go vote before the 25th. That's when it all cuts off.
We're the best. Vote for us.
Yeah, we're the best. Say we're your favorite, and that puts you in to win the catalog. But today, we're doing basically the same thing. It's going to be 10 questions.
Once again, I wanted to get in a polyester suit with everything, have her in the big pouffant hair. No, she didn't want to do it.
I tell you what, if we hit 1,000 subscribers, we will let you get in the polyester suit. I'm not doing bouffant hair.
Why not?
No.
Thousands. Come on, y'all. Y'all help me here. Y'all help me. Y'all help me get her going in the right direction, all right?
So, today's game is with the McMurray chicken catalog. Now, we are not doing anything in the back of the catalog, which is all of the actual, supplies.
Yeah, the supplies and the different, medicines and things like that.
There are books and testers and stuff back here. And this is a great catalog. You can literally get everything. You can get your pull room test in here, which you need to be NIP certified, and you can get all of that in here. But we are sticking with the front half of the catalog and just the birds. I know I didn't pick out any banty breeds. Did you pick out some banty breeds? We just don't do bantam chickens. Everything we use here on our homestead needs to be full size. So we won't actually be covering any of the bantam breeds. But they do have a whole section of the small chickens if that's what you're into.
Yep.
I know I've been chased by a mean banty rooster and just really don't care to have any banties.
I was thinking, I don't see the sense in having a small bird, but that's just me. Hey, that's the reason why we have different birds. We have different things because all of us have our own needs in different ways.
Exactly.
My need is not to have a small bird, just saying.
Yep.
So. All right, you ready to get done? You want me to do the evens or the odds this time?
You do the odds, I'll do the evens.
Okay. All right. Well, then if I'm going to do the odds, we're going to start this off. All right. Question number 1. Name a chicken breed your partner would describe you as.
And I think you would describe me as an Orpington.
Mm-hmm. A Buff Orpington.
Orpington to be exact?
Yep. A Buff Orpington to be exact. That's on page 25 of the catalog if you get the catalog, folks. Yep.
There they are.
They're kind of redheadish, blonde, got a
blondie
big...
kind of birds, yeah.
Yeah, they got a big fluffy butt,
That actually happens to be one of our favorite breeds, but we do have several.
Yes.
We do tend to keep a mixed breed flock. We don't tend to just go with just one bird.
Mm-hmm. So what did you think that I would be?
I really think that you would be like a leghorn. I don't know why, but that's just what I think.
Foghorn Leghorn, y'all.
Texas accent and all.
I say there, boy, I say.
But I actually see you more as like the red leghorn and not the white leghorn.
Sorry, y'all, my nose was itching.
Because before our oldest daughter made him go gray-headed,
I actually had a nice, beautiful red beard.
Yeah.
I mean, it was almost like Kent, Ireland red. Yes.
Yeah. So I really see him more as like a red leghorn. All right. What was the first breed of chicken your partner added to their list?
Shit. Buff Orpington for her. They're just such a gentle breed. She had her best luck when she first... Y'all got to understand, when me and her got together is when she decided to start raising livestock and stuff. And the Buff Orpington was a breed she really fell in love with right off the bat. It was a very gentle breed, a very big breed. And the birds that we had the very first time out for her were birds that literally sat on her shoulder.
Oh, yes.
They were literally like pets.
Yeah, I'll have to find the pictures and share them over on our Instagram. I know the Instagram link is in the description.
Yeah.
So go check that out because literally I know I have a picture of you with literally all the chickens that we had at the time. They're on his shoulders, down both arms.
They were beautiful babies.
We had pet chickens.
Yes.
We really had pets.
Yeah, because I could walk out to the barnyard and just put my arms out like this and they would just come fly and get up on me.
Yeah. Actually, the first one on my list is the Cochin.
Really?
Yeah, I would like some large frame Cochins.
I didn't know that.
But I want some birds that we know will go broody and raise us some chicks. Don't get me wrong, I wholeheartedly intend that we will have some hatching eggs and that we will hatch them in incubators ourselves. But there's just something about letting a mama hen raise them that you ain't got to worry quite so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but at the same time with our predator problem we've had out here, which is something I'm going to address with some newer structures. I'm going in a different direction with some of our structures. So we're going to address that. Hopefully I'll get some videos if I don't just start going out there one day and making stuff and forgetting that I need to make videos.
I will try to remind him, but no promises.
All right. So what did you think?
I actually thought that the first bird on your list would be something similar to a Rhode Island Red. Something that's a really good dual meat and egg purpose bird. I
can see a Rhode Island Red. I actually think that the first birds I wanted to add to it was the silver-laced Wyandottes.
See, and I turned you on to those.
You did turn me on those, but as a fly tire, I love
There's the Rhode Island Reds.
Mm-hmm. I love the color of the silver-laced Wyandottes, and with us trying to work with them as much as we possibly, everything we possibly can off the birds, I can see where that would be very good for fly tires.
Oh yeah. And then there's the silver lace wine.
So that was my choice on that.
Oh, I didn't show the Cochins, did I?
No.
Read the third question while I flip to the Cochins.
Alrighty. Which breed is an absolute must for your partner? Now, I said Lavender Orpington. Because
there's the Cochins.
Yep. Fluffy feeted.
Yep, fluffy feeted.
I said that your breed that was an absolute must for you would be the Lavender Orpington because we've been trying to get the Lavender Orpington.
We've been trying to get the Lavenders. I lean more towards the Splash now. I will probably do a video on chicken color genetics at some point because I've heard a couple of people, even some of the larger channels who will remain unnamed, make the comment that the Splashes come out of the Lavenders and they don't. If you have some crossbreeding, it can look like it comes out, but genetic wise it doesn't. I prefer Splash just because it's kind of like the variegated plants I talked about in Baker Creek. Mm-hmm. They look like they've been painted by God, and I like that. It's one reason I like the silver lace Wyandottes.
Well, I got another one wrong, y'all.
It's okay. This is why we do this, so we learn more about one another.
So what did you think
I thought yours was going to be the Orpingtons, probably the Buffs.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just love the Buffs. I tell you another one that I really like, though, is the French Copper Morans. And the reason is when I'm selling eggs, we've had a lot better luck on selling our eggs when we have different colors from the Americanas, from the Copper Morans, and then from our Buffs. Because we get the creams from our Buffs, we get the kind of the light colored eggs, sometimes green, sometimes blue, depending on which Americanas we've had in the mix. And then we get the chocolate covered eggs from the French Copper Morans. And believe it or not, I sell them a lot better when I have a mixed color in there. And I seem to do that in my turkey eggs. Every time I take my turkey eggs.
Your duck eggs.
Or duck eggs, they buy them all at one time.
They seem to do really well, yeah. All right. Which breed did your partner write down because they thought you wanted it? I thought you would write down the Copper Morans for me.
I did. That's what I put down, French Copper Morans.
Which one do you think I would write down for you?
For me, if it had to be chicken, I would think that you would put down the Buff Orpingtons.
Yeah.
Because that is,
Well, we really... We're going to keep going back to the Orpingtons because we really do like that breed.
And if you get the English Orpingtons, which is different from for the breed of what McMurray carries, the English Orpingtons, oh my God, do they get big. We actually went 2 years ago to a gentleman's farm here.
Oh, dear
Claire's,
Lord.
And his chickens were as big as turkeys. And they were huge.
We kid you not, they were probably 3 foot tall.
Yeah, and he was like, they were the English versions of the Orpingtons and not the American versions.
They were like, oh my God.
They look like a Brahma mixed into them.
But that's your French Copper Morans, and you can see the egg color in the back of the picture.
Yep.
That's why they call them chocolate eggs. They also have the Cuckoo Morans. I'm not as crazy about the Cuckoo Morans just because I don't know. I'm just not.
So...
All right.
Which breed did they avoid because they thought you did not want it? Bantams. I knew that she wouldn't want Bantams at all. So, it's not even just one breed. It's an entire species of birds. I just put down Bantams.
See, and I really... For me, it's the Leghorns again. Y'all have to understand, when we first decided that we were going to do this homestead, one of the things we said was, okay, well, let's get some chickens to put in the freezer. And around here, what a lot of people will end up doing is they buy straight runs, or they go to Tractor Supply, and Tractor Supply says, oh, these are all pullets, and they're not. They get home and they end up with a bunch of roosters. A lot of times you can get roosters, full-grown roosters, for free because people don't need them. They don't want them.
And they're just all different breeds. Like she had a particular friend who had done the same thing.
Yeah.
She had 20 some odd roosters that she did not want, didn't need, didn't want. It was causing a lot of problems in the flock having that many males. All of her girls were running around with bare backs.
Oh God, she was losing hens because they were getting overbred.
They were getting overbred. They were getting over stressed, and they were dying. So we got a bunch of them one night because it's easy to catch them on a roost. You just go in at nighttime with a roost with a light, pick them up off the roost. The rest of the chickens will sit right there while you're doing what you need to do.
They don't do a thing.
And we got a bunch of them, and the worst roosters out of that whole wad were the white Leghorns. I mean, buddy, if you were into, which I don't condone, so please, y'all do not get me on this. I'm just saying, if you were into fighting cock, because I do know people around here that still do that kind of barbaric stuff.
Yeah, we don't whatsoever.
No,
but these would have been great roosters for that.
Spurs this long and mean as a friggin' rattlesnake den. Oh my God, these things. I literally got to the point one day after it attacked our cats, our full-grown cats, not no little bitty cats. We're talking about full-grown cats. I had to come in here, and y'all, we ended up having stew that night. Let's just put it that way. I'm not going to be graphic or mean about it, but y'all know that on this homestead, we try to make everything. I wasn't going to let them go to waste, but them birds had to go, so we ended up having dumplings or stew. I can't remember. It's been a little while now, but I can't remember which.
Well, the first one, literally, we turned them loose because we were going to give them some time to kind of calm down before we actually had our harvest day. And we literally turned them loose in the little run that we had put together. And even though these roosters had been together their entire lives, the first Leghorn just literally, he killed one rooster right there in front of us before we could get him off of him. And then he came after me. That was it. We ate him on the first day.
And here's the kicker. I give all roosters one benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
Because they're there to protect them girls. That's what a rooster's for, to breed and to protect. And if they do their job, they're going to be slightly aggressive. Here's the kicker. You be slightly aggressive to me one time, I'm going to give you an attitude adjustment. And if you do not, assign to it, I'm going to take you out and we're going to have dumplings.
Yeah.
So
we have the same rule when it comes to mamas. Mamas get one time to be a new mama and be aggressive. That second time, if they're aggressive,
no egg eaters
I'm not.
either.
Yeah. Alrighty, so number 6 is look up the ducks and which breed would they choose. And the ducks are going to be, there's actually a couple of pages of ducks.
Mm-hmm.
They start on page 50 in the catalog and go to page 53. Yeah. So he would pick, if we could, one, afford them and actually had the water for them, because that's the big thing with most ducks, you've got to have water. He would want the flying mallards. Yeah, I know my baby, he would want the mallards.
Yes, I would. And I said that you would pick the jumbo Pekings simply because they lay all year. They're one of the breeds that where we're at will lay all year. And that's a big thing, is it would keep producing us eggs, but they're also a good meat bird too.
Yeah, I would.
See?
That or the white pekin. One of the two. The white pekin's just a little bit smaller. But yeah, the pekins are definitely my kind of go-to.
See, I at least got one. All right.
There's a breed that they don't have called an Ancona duck that I love because it's this black and white mottled, splashed kind of duck. But no, pekins would really be my go-to.
Now, we're talking about the ducks real quick before going to the next question. The duck breed that I really want now, simply because I've done some research with it about water, about everything about them, taste, everything, and that's the Muscovies.
Yes, we do want to try some of those this year.
We've had too many people tell us that Muscovy meat is like a steak. It is so good, and I eat duck. They just not just a layer for us. I also eat them. So,
yeah.
This next year we're going to try to introduce some Muscovies. You can't get Muscovies out of most of the catalogs. Most of the time, the first Monday, which we'll be going to a new first Monday here before long because it's that time of year again.
Yep.
But anyway, we'll be going first Monday and we'll be getting some pekins. Not pekins, some Muscovy, because they'll have the Muscovy ducklings there, and we will get the Muscovy ducklings, and we will bring. Actually, last year we ended up, year 4 last, we ended up getting some Muscovies by mistake.
No, we got the blue ones, the Cayugas.
Oh, that's right. It was the Cayugas. The guy told us it was
they
mallards.
were supposed to be mallards, and they grew up and they weren't mallards.
Right. I was wrong. Y'all put that down. I was wrong. She was right. Just saying. All right,
next question.
All right, what other type or breed of birds, not chickens, does your partner want the most? I said she'd want the turkeys.
Turkeys or ducks, it's a real hard call for me.
And it is, but we already knew we were going to add the ducks, and we're adding turkeys, and I knew that she really liked the turkeys. She loves Henrietta out in the front yard. So what do you think I would do?
Turkeys.
No. Quail. I want my quail. Now, the quail I want are not in this particular catalog. Out of this particular catalog, I'll take any of the breeds of quail. I love quail, all variations of quail, whether they are a regular bob white, whether they're Tennessee, whether they are a scaled quail, a California Valley quail. There's just so many breeds of quail that I love. But the particular ones I want are the Japanese Cortex quail. I don't want the Texas A&Ms because the whites is very hard to tell. I know that that's Samson. Nathan, thank you. My mind went blank there for a minute. Nathan is real good with his whites and can venom, know what sex they are. I'm not that good at that. That's the reason I like the Japanese Cortex. You look at the breast, and there's daylight and dark between the two of them very quickly to separate and do what you need to. So, all right, next question.
Number 8, look at the geese, and the geese are on page 56 and 57.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And which breed would your partner choose?
I know what she would choose. She would get the Toulouse because we're going to actually have to pay $20-some odd a piece this next year and get her some.
That's the Toulouse.
I said that I would get her some.
Well, we can do the Toulouse or we can do the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims actually were bred out of the Toulouse lines. But I like the thought process of geese because it's kind of like a turkey. When you're their people, when you're their human,
they'll protect you.
They protect you and they run everybody else off, and we're fine with that. I really wasn't sure which goose you would pick. I know we've always talked about the Toulouse. I know you don't like the Africans.
Do not like the Africans.
So I thought you'd pick the Toulouse with me.
I would. Alrighty, so number 9. Look at the turkeys. Which breed would they choose? Your partner choose. Now, I thought she would pick the Royal Palm.
Page 63 and 64. There you go. And I do like the Royal Palm. I like that black and white.
That's 3,
y'all. I know that they're a commercial breed, but I also like the giant whites. But it's the same vein as the whole Pekin ducks.
Right. It's something that we can actually grow quickly, put in the freezer, and have a lot of. The Royal Palms are going to be more that some birds that we will eat eventually, but at the same time, it gives us egg production, and it also just gives us me, as a boyer and also as a fly tire, the feathers I need for making arrows and stuff of that nature.
Yeah, so that's the Royal Palm. Now, I actually thought that he would pick, and I don't know how to pronounce that.
Nanga said it.
Yeah, that's the one I actually thought you would pick.
I like those, but to be quite honest with you, I would still pick the broad-breasted bronze. They're the closest to an eastern that they are. They're the heaviest domestic bird you're going to buy. A male, when he gets fully grown in 2 to 3 years, will be 45 pounds. And the feathers and the tail feathers, the wing feathers, everything gives you almost that eastern turkey look. So that's my choice, just simply for raising purposes.
Okay.
So, all right, last but not least.
All right, what is your preferred method of raising chickens? A chicken tractor, a stationary coop and run, or the free range? I thought you would say a coop and run.
I'm a coop and run guy. I don't like tractors. They're a lot of work, and I love the fact that they're able to get out and get bugs and get into new areas, and you can move it around, because the one thing that I hate about a stationary coop and run is the no grass in there, because they will literally devastate a coop quickly, and all your grass that you had in there is gone. I do hate that. And that's what I do like about the tractors. I don't like free range.
We've had them be too destructive. We tried the whole free range thing, and they were entirely too destructive.
Between being destructive and the problem on the porches, roosting on your porches and stuff.
Yeah, they come up and nap in the middle of the day.
Well, not only that, they're crapping all over it and everything. The cleanup and everything else that went with that, just now, and we're in the middle of the woods here. Y'all seen how our property looks here?
Yeah.
Predators. I mean, I just had a bobcat take off our 2.5-year-old Tom like he wasn't even here. Went over our 7-foot fence, grabbed him, went in his mouth, and went over the 7-foot fence again. So, we can't have free range. As much as I would love to do something like that. And I would, if there was a way to get the chicken tractor to move around a lot easier than it is, I might even be a little bit more that way. But for me, stationary.
See, and I'm a chicken tractor.
I could have told you that.
Yeah. I like the moving them, giving them fresh ground, not having to worry about that ground getting completely and totally just decimated because you're not keeping them there 24/7.
Well, it's the ammonia in their crap and stuff. It just burns the grass and stuff. So.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, hey y'all. That was our game on the McMurray on the birds. We have 2 channels that have given us a definite yes that they want to play the game. And one of those is
Striving for the Simple Life.
All right. And the other one is Blessed Southern Blessed Homestead, Mac and Patty, right up the road from us.
Yep.
These 2, we got a couple others we've asked. We're waiting for their returns, but you know what? We're not going to put them on the spot. If they come on and join, you'll see their videos in our collaboration. And then look, if you haven't been named and you want to do this, by all means, grab it and run. Just let us know when you make the video.
So we can put the link in the playlist.
Exactly, so we can put it in there and we can have everybody together, okay? Yep. So y'all, thank y'all for coming along on this little journey, this little tidbit of fun again, because we really had a lot of fun the last time, and I had fun this time. I mean, I could see this being, on several different avenues. But anyway, look, we appreciate y'all coming along on another journey with us here on Windmill Farm. I've had a blessed evening. Have you? And as always, we're going to tell y'all to be safe.